Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the Ram Ashram Satsang practice session, where you'll learn a modern Satsang method for obtaining peace, light, and love in your life. My name is Eddie, and I will be introducing the facilitator for today's event. But first, I'd like to give you a brief introduction to this practice session. If you'll direct your attention towards your screen, you'll see the first element is Satsang. Satsang is a scientific method whereby we may obtain peace, light, and love in our life. It requires no physical skill, spiritual accomplishment, or meditation experience to begin this practice. Satsang consists of two words, Sat and Sang. Sat means positive energy, and Sang means to be with or to be in the presence of. Therefore, the word Satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The next element is meditation. Meditation is an important part of Satsang. When we meditate, we withdraw consciousness from worldly objects and direct it inwards to focus on a single thought. In doing so, our minds become calm and our thoughts become pure, thereby allowing us to obtain higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. Inner orientation. There are two types of Satsang, inner Satsang and outer Satsang. An example of outer Satsang would be chanting or attending pilgrimages. When we practice outer Satsang, we have the potential to change our behavior, but only through the practice of inner Satsang can we achieve higher states of consciousness, such as enlightenment, peace, light, and love. The Satsang that you will learn today is an inner Satsang where we meditate in silence. Group session. These practice sessions are structured for group participation. When we meditate as a group, our focus is improved and our personal progress along our spiritual path is expedited. By regularly attending these practice sessions, the benefits of group participation are amplified. Joy and inner happiness. All beings wish to experience joy. Joy is the eternal longing of the soul. But only through the practice of inner Satsang can we obtain a joyous state. Each time we practice Satsang, our inner happiness gradually increases, ultimately culminating in a state of joy, which we experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The agenda for today consists of 3 sessions: the informative session, the practice session, and the interactive session. During the informative session, a lecture will be given about a Satsang topic, the founder, or some relevant spiritual topic. During the practice session, you'll receive instructions on how to meditate, followed by a period of practice. During the interactive session, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions, or there'll be a panel discussion. And now, I'd like to introduce the facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of Satsang experience. He was born into a Satsang family where he experienced his family members obtain states of enlightenment and lead lives of peace, light, and love. At an early age, he began traveling with the mission throughout India, facilitating Satsangs. And during that time, he witnessed the positive effects that Satsang could have on mankind. And upon arriving to the United States, both he and his wife continued to facilitate Satsangs for local Satsangees. He has worked with teams of Satsang members in translating important Satsang literature into English and has worked tirelessly to make Satsang more accessible to Western and English-speaking audiences. He currently travels throughout the United States, India, and England, facilitating Satsangs while maintaining his duties as a husband, a father, and an IT executive. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Kumarji.
So happy Tuesday, everyone. So today, in my grandfather's 7-volume book, he talks about, when we are trying to move towards inner peace, when we're trying to calm our mind, the biggest challenge that comes is the negative thoughts and emotions. And so then he quotes the yogic practice that Maharishi Patanjali talks about, Vitark Vadne Pratipaksh Bhavanam, which is nothing but if you take the equal and opposite approach. So when the negative thoughts and emotions are becoming, heavier, what you take is the equal and opposite side, which is you cultivate positive thoughts and emotions. And this approach, so when you're trying to do this mental exercise where, interestingly, call it a mental exercise, but this meditation is nothing but exactly doing that we focus on the positive, uplifting energy, while there might be so many other things that might be going on around us. So, this whole process, like, in this blog article that somebody translated, they're talking about if you are tempted to, say, gamble excessively, if you start thinking about the consequences, so that's one way to deter yourself. But then if you start thinking about, if you come over that habit, what would that look like? Similarly, if you mind is getting attracted to all the indulgences, if you think about the consequences, that's one way to deter yourself. But if you think that you have uplifted yourself above those and think of a complete opposite state of mind, which in itself, so if you rather, instead of struggling with this, if we just instead go in and make a very strong positive commitment to focus on the positive energy. And, so I was reading this article and I was thinking, let's just remember that this practice not only takes us in multiple ways away from the negative forces, the negative emotions, the other situations. So it gives us a break. It, for the time you meditate, you're taking a break from all this in a way. So you can, people talk about like various different meditations, and there's so many different ways. Guru Maharaj, when he achieved higher states, what he realized is that there are multiple things that you can think about and concentrate on. But if you just take the high road and go all the way up to this transcendental energy and focus on that, the light, which transcends the world, which transcends all the negative, even, all the negative aspects that are pulling us down. And not just that, I think it just uplifts you beyond the concepts of, very, very positive concepts, kindness, gratitude, and all that. But it kind of encapsulates all that and is kind of above all this, encapsulates all of that. We can talk a little more about that later, but let's practice. So again, I think the biggest and the most important aspect of it's not just concentration, it's not just calming our minds, feeling the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light, and it's right here, right now with us, and it can be in any form that you can imagine, so far as it's uh, consciousness. It's think of it as you know, the higher consciousness, and that filled with light, and that light is entering our heart and distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. So that's the meditation that we will do. All we have to do is make sure that we close our eyes lightly so that the sensory input doesn't distract us. We sit in a relaxed posture where, because every time the body moves, the mind moves with it. So we want to minimize that distraction as well. And think of this transcendental energy in form of light in front of us that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and that we're becoming one with this light. So we're becoming that energy. If mind wanders away, bring it back to this thought and this thought alone, that we are in the presence of this transcendental energy in form of light that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we're becoming one with this light. Let's start now. We'll start with music, then music will fade away and we'll meditate in silence, and then we'll transition out with music again. Let's start. So today we're talking about how our mind attracts negative thoughts and emotions um, fairly quickly, and it almost becomes a habit. So Guru Maharaj Guru Maharaj wrote a book on the whole journey, but on inner peace. In that chapter, he is talking about various things that can be done, and he quotes Maharishi Patanjali about how if you take a very positive thought and try to replace the negative one with that, so that could be called manifesting. It could be concentrating on that thought. So that's dharana in yogic terms. So he says, so there is a slightly lower and higher version of that. So you can manifest, you can concentrate on this positive thought. But another temporary and easy way to get away from some negative thing that's catching you and your mind, so just find something that distracts in an effective way. So you could go for a movie, go watch some TV, go do something that you really like, have a conversation with not so negative people. And anyway, so there is one slightly more temporary but still effective way to distract your mind. Better is that you take an equal and opposite, and hence a positive thought and manifest it, focus on it, concentrate on it. But then, as we just practiced, why not take it one level further? And that is that not just manifest it, but meditate on it. So when you are in the early stages of your meditation, you are thinking about that positive, very, very positive, strongly positive belief. And you're trying to manifest that. But then go deeper. And in deeper meditation, you forget where you are, who you are, and hence, typically, you could potentially, even for a shorter period of time, you could become thought free. And if for that period of time, there is no thoughts and emotions, there is no mind working there, because you have kind of focused or gotten to a point where the thought waves have ceased for a little bit. And that's where peace is. That's where there is no worry or anxiety. So what we were talking about is like not only the mind gets attracted to the negative thoughts and emotions, but very soon if that continues, it becomes worry and anxiety. So how do we tackle it? Here are 1, 2, and 3 ways in which you can tackle that. So anyway, I was just reading one of the blogs that are coming up in the newer upgraded website. So still in the works, but I thought I'll share that. Questions? Hi, Luz. Looks like you joined on a Tuesday, so figured out on a weekday to get that time.
Yes. Hello. Happy Tuesday. I wasn't there this past Saturday, and I won't be there again this Saturday because last Saturday I was in New York, and this Saturday a friend is visiting. So I don't want to miss my meditation with you guys, though. So I'm here today. It was a great meditation. Fantastic. I mean, a little more difficult for me after work because I'm sleepy. So I felt sleepy.
I mean, I always get that split mode when somebody talks about sleep in context of meditation. On one hand, I say, if somebody feels so good that they feel sleepy, I mean, what's wrong with that? But then, yeah, it's meditation is slightly deeper and requires some additional energy, an awake state. But it's both are relaxing.
It was definitely a good thing to do on a not so stressful but still busy day. So I appreciated doing it. I wish I had been there for your talk in the beginning, but
it was I think what I couldn't put in sequence. I think I did that so this was probably a better version anyway. So anyway, it's what's I find interesting is that when we are busy and when we're really busy usually is like being all over the place. I think meditation helps those days more. But anyway.
No, I agree. I think it was definitely helpful for me today to meditate. That's why I joined. I mean, I found myself having a little bit of free time, and I said, oh, it would be perfect if I could just catch the tail end of Sanjeev's the meditation class. So I'm really glad because it was definitely it was something that I needed to do today. So I'm glad I did it. I'm glad that you all have the meditation sessions on Tuesdays also.
Yep. Good. Thank you. So Maria, anything on your end? How did the session go? Anything you want to share?
You talking to me? I don't know how many Marias there are. They usually a whole bunch of Marias.
No. It is very interesting how many times in these sessions I have two Bettys, and I can go on and on. But anyway, so yeah.
No, I thought it was very relaxing, very nice. So I enjoyed it. I just needed to have, how should I say, some kind of a quiet time, and this provided that for me. So thank you.
No, I appreciate it. It all, the collective energy helps each other. That's what I strongly believe in. And I've, over decades, what I've found is, collective energy, can be converted into a mob mentality in the sense of you do a lot of strange things in a mob as well. But, the way my grandfather structured this is the collective energy actually helps everybody else's meditation and state of mind, state of being, very uplifting, quiet, silent meditation. Nothing like it in my view.
Also, I think the music at the beginning was very good. I had to switch to another device because my laptop wasn't working right. So I think I might be logged twice. I don't know if I turned off the other one or not, because one of the my electronics were giving me a little trouble. But as I said, it was excellent, and thank you. I usually I used to meditate quite a bit, and I haven't been doing it as much. So when I saw this, I thought it was an opportunity for me to get back to it. So again, thank you.
Yeah, great. So where are you at? Where have
I'm
you?
in North Carolina.
Awesome. All right. Yeah. So, okay. Great to have you here. You're welcome every Tuesday, same time, Saturday, 10 a.m., same link,
10 a.m.
Yeah.
This is, where are you?
No. So every Tuesday, 7 p.m., like today.
Oh, okay.
As well as Saturday, 10 a.m.s.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Now I get it. Because I think, am I in the twilight zone? Because for me, it's not.
No, people have joined from Australia and Nigeria, and India is.
And where are you?
I'm pretty close by in Northern Virginia.
Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So, folks who I need to talk to for next few sessions around the topics, next Saturday, I want to do a young adult meditation session. So stick around for the volunteer discussion for some topics, etc. So, but yeah, we'll wrap up the session now. So, Eddie, what's the last word for today?
Peace and joy.
Yeah. Absolutely. You got that right.
Well, we, as we go throughout our day, we're certainly going to be faced with people who upset us and put us sort of in a negative state of mind, and these negative thoughts within us arise and cause negative emotions. And so you've given us this method where we can maintain balance within ourselves and, manifest positive thoughts in replace of those negative thoughts, and then hopefully achieve some positive emotion or some calm state. And this is the practice of satsang, isn't it? We go into satsang basically with lots of negative thoughts and tamastic and rajastic thoughts, and we try to make those sattvic, right? So we try to reach that peaceful state where we try to first reach that positive state of mind and thoughts, and then from there, it's like you said, we finally, remove ourselves from even the positive thoughts and end up in a peaceful place. And so what I was trying to get at was that these little experiences we have throughout the day where we try to maintain ourselves in a positive thought frame of mind is basically just a shorter version of our overall satsang journey. We have these negative thoughts, we counter them with positive thoughts, and then ultimately the positive thoughts go away and we're in that peaceful state where we don't have any thoughts. So, each day we have this opportunity to practice that. So we shouldn't be, fearful of it or upset by it, but just see it as a good practice session for us. And it's sort of a measuring stick of how well we're doing as well, because I think it is part of the plan and part of what we call life.
Awesome. So thank you, and have a great week ahead, and we'll see you back here soon.